Ladies, I get it. Guys come and talk to you when you don't always want to talk to them. But you have to have something ready in order to let these guys go and to end the interaction whenever it's something you're not feeling. Most girls are going to go into these interactions and not really have something pre-prepared to say. If you had something pre-prepared to say, it can make your life so much easier, and it'll allow you to be so much more free because you're ready with something to say in the event that someone comes and talks to you out and about and you don't really want to have that interaction. So, what is it that you can say in order to be completely ready and also handle the interaction with class and with good energy? This is an old human management tip. It's been around forever, but I'm going to show you how to use it whenever you're interacting with men and don't want to have that interaction anymore. What it's based on is basically called build, break, build, where you say something positive, you enter the criticism, then you end it with something positive. For example, if you're a waitress, a manager can come up to you and say, "Karen, I really like the way you interact with customers and engage them in conversation. But," okay, so that was a positive, and then you enter the negative, the criticism. This is the break part. So you have build, break, and the break part for this interaction could be something like, "But your resting bitch face is scaring the kids away." Right? Okay, so it wouldn't be that hard. You could just be like, "Oh, you need to smile more," right? So then you break. So you say, "Hey, Karen, the way you interact with customers and the way you engage in the conversation, I really like, but you don't seem to be smiling a whole lot. So if that were to happen, I think that you would be able to increase your sales and also, of course, increase your tips." So that would be the whole criticism. That would be the whole critique, and that would be something that would be called build, break, build. It's related to human management. Build, break, build. Positive, negative, positive. And this is something that is going to be very, very simple once I get done explaining it. So hang with me here. I'm just trying to explain the background of what's going on. So whenever you're interacting with a guy and you don't want the interaction to go on any longer, you just want to end it, you have to start with saying something nice. What is something nice that you can say that immediately interjects and changes the vibe of the conversation? It can even be mid-sentence to the other guy. It could be he's just talking, you could immediately interject this. That way you don't have to just hear the whole spiel. And the things that you can say, you can start out by saying is, "You're sweet. You seem nice. You're funny. Right? Those are the things that you can start off by saying that are positive, but, and then you follow it in with a but, right? And so this is a part that usually girls struggle with because they don't really know how to get rid of the guy. This is how you can say it and keep your class and keep your good energy, right? So, "You're sweet, but I just want to be alone shopping right now." Okay? So one can be, "I just want to be alone I just want to be alone doing what you're doing." Or you just want to be with your friends. "I just want to be with my friends right now," right? So that would be two ways of going about that. And then you have to finish it with another build. So this cuts off the energy too harshly. So, "You're sweet, I just want to be alone," or "I just want to be alone shopping." So in this, by interjecting something that is also positive, it ends the interaction more positively for both parties. Yes, there is a little bit of awkwardness, but from what I've seen personally and what I've seen other girls do, it's always going to be a little awkward, right? So this allows you to keep your good energy about it. The last thing you can do is by using the last positive, the last build. The last build can be, you can put any of these together, get creative, but you can have a good night. Butchered that. And you can say something like, "Have fun." And this is all not said, with condescending tone. It's genuine. You genuinely want to keep your good energy, so you're genuine about these things, or you could just say thank you, right? So when an interaction begins and you want to end the conversation, end the interaction, you could say something like this. You seem nice, but I just want to be alone shopping right now. Thank you for talking to me, right? And so this ends it with good energy. Now, that's not the end of it. What you have to do after that is you can't just sit there and stare at him and just wait for him to walk away, because that ends the energy. You just have to take action on what you just said, which is you just want to be alone. You just want to be with your friends or whatever it may be. So then you take a little bit of action. Doesn't have to be much, but you can just, after you're done speaking what your mind and saying what you want to say, then if you're going about your day, then you walk away. If you're whatever shopping or doing something, or if you're at a bar, then you just kind of slightly turn your back. You're not stepping in and turn your back towards him completely, because that's, again, kind of negative, aggressive energy. But you say what you want to say, and then you kind of turn your back just a little bit, and it's not quickly and it's not annoyingly. This is all with good energy, right? You don't have to put out negative energy to get what you want. That's what a lot of girls are doing, just because they haven't really prepared in their mind how to go about this in a way that properly manages their energy, the energy of the interaction. So whenever you're done saying this, putting these things together, oh, you seem funny, but I just want to be with my friends tonight, have fun tonight, or whatever, right? After you're done, then you take a little bit of action in a way that kind of cuts off that energy physically, and then you're good to go. You're in the clear. From what I've seen that girls have been doing is putting out a lot of negative energy, trying to get what they want, just because they haven't done the groundwork of what they should say, right? So a lot of what girls say is like, I have a boyfriend. Why is that? All of a sudden this is not working anymore, because guys talk and collaborate and they try to figure out, ways to overcome that, because sometimes girls don't have a boyfriend and they're just saying that because they just want to see if, the guy can overcome that or whatever. But some guys have heard it so much that it's no longer working. So you need something that works. Another thing that girls use is saying, I'm not interested. So a guy starts an interaction and they want to say, I'm not interested. But it's kind of awkward, because that guy's not necessarily interested. If he's coming to talk to you, probably, but not necessarily. And guys talk, and guys can come up with ways of overcoming these things, because a lot of these answers are the same for a lot of girls. So if a girl says, no, I'm not interested, the guy can just be like, well, I wasn't really interested either. I was just trying to have a conversation. Or I'm just trying to have a conversation. And like something like that, to where you kind of feel disarmed, right? And then you have to continue the conversation, even though you're not really interested in having that conversation, but he disarmed you, so it must carry on, right? Another one is girls are just mean or just rude about it. And they're not necessarily rude at heart, but they have to be, they have to put up that more masculine energy, that more masculine shield, because they don't really have any other way of dealing with it at that moment. They haven't considered it. So in that moment, they're in their vibes and they feel a little bit more, that aggressive masculine energy, and therefore whenever some guy talks to them, whatever comes to their mind, for better or worse, they're going to say, whether it's something like, ew, or please don't talk to me, or bye, or whatever it is. See, you don't have to put out negative energy to get what you want. You just have to put a little thought behind it in order to be more successful in Indian interactions you don't want to have. The last thing I've heard girls talk about is just awkwardness, right? So they don't really know how to say no. They don't really want to be mean. So they're left in this phase of carrying on conversation and then trying to awkwardly wiggle their way out of it. See, you have to embrace kind of the idea that you can get out of these interactions if you just put a little bit of thought into it. So for like right now, choose like your favorite combination here and just think about it, a positive, a negative, and a positive, a little bit of action at the end of it. Write that down on your phone and you're good to go. You can just use that over and over and over. And once you get good at it, you're going to be able to tweak it by yourself. You're going to easily be able to do positive, negative, positive in the interaction. And that's going to keep your energy good. That's going to keep the interaction of the energy for the man good. And at the end of the day, it's just good vibes for both of you. It's the vibes that you really deep down probably want to be putting out. If not, well, I mean, that's kind of like your own shit that you have to deal with, your own inner demons. But for the most part, I think women are good at heart and they just want to put out, good energy, but they just have to kind of prepare for this kind of scenario. That way they can live life a little bit more freely, a little bit more in tune with their feminine energy. They don't always have to be blocking it or putting up shields or whatever. They're ready. They can be completely feminine, but if in the case an interaction comes and they want to end it, they're ready to end that and continue in their feminine energy flow. So remember, positive, negative, positive. This doesn't have to be these words exactly, but I think you get the idea. You can put your own little spin to it if you want to, but say it with good energy, maybe even a little bit of a smile. Remember, guys talking to you, it is a compliment, and this way you can be in your feminine energy a little bit more, be a little bit more free because you're prepared. You don't have to put up that masculine shield anymore. You're prepared with something to say, and this will allow you to be the strong female divine energy that you are for the rest of your life. Thanks for watching. My name's Adrian. Hope to see you again.